Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's the Broncos going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, the fans in teal and black are ready to lock down the bank as you get a look inside Everbank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And welcome again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Larry, he took a moment to highlight the tight ends that we're going to see in this one. I know in our production meeting we were talking about what we wanted to highlight pregame, and you said tight ends. Why did you say that?
Because it can be such a matchup issue for defenses nowadays, because these tight ends, they're oversized guys, but they can run as well. So who are you going to cover them with? If you use a traditional linebacker, they're usually going to run past those guys. If you're going to use a smaller corner, maybe they'll be too big. Can a safety match up and run with them and also use enough bulk to keep them from just having their way? So many ways that tight ends are used nowadays. They're fun to watch.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're brought out there by their fourth-year quarterback from Central Florida, Blake Bortles.
And, partner, this is a young man who's got it all. Big, strong arm, strong-legged runner when he decides to take off with the football, but it hasn't all come together for him because he's thrown way too many interceptions in his career. Has to take care of the ball better, because when he does that, he can be one of the better starting quarterbacks in the league. Yeah,
to your point, in 3 years, 51 interceptions. He's also fumbled 29 times. Bortles now on first down. And he's got room. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Bortles. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. And the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
The Jacksonville Jaguars offense in 2016 truly expected to pick up where they left off in 2015, where they were a big play offense by the end of the season, whether it was running the ball or throwing it. But they had some inconsistency in the offensive line and weren't able to reach those numbers. They're hoping for a repeat of 2015 with their 2017 squad.
On play action, now Bortles. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a sight the Denver fans are used to seeing. Passes falling incomplete against their defense. #1 in pass defense in 2016, but they give up less than 200 yards per game.
Yeah, 186. Only team in the league to allow less than 200 per contest.
Elite cover guys and big-time pass rushers.
Nortman on to kick as he sends it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Quarterback Trevor Siemian taking the field for the Broncos, and his head coach, Vance Joseph, recently on August 21st said he's going to be the guy in Week 1 when they face the Chargers.
He won a terrific competition that was started in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps with Paxton Lynch, their #1 draft pick in 2016. I remember Vance Joseph saying, practice is important, but when you play in the game, that's when I'm really judging you. And Trevor Siemian has had the better game so far in the preseason.
First down throw, Siemian. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 0-0 our score. More from Jacksonville after this. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving. Now Siemian, and he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Siemian finding Thomas there to give the Broncos a first down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
Siemian. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 2 yards on the completion at second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second down, here's Siemian. A dump off to Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Throwing again is Simeon. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now the second-year man from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, on to punt. Back deep for the Jaguars, Marquise Lee. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. CD, let's talk quarterbacking as the Jags come back onto the field. What do you see them doing? Bortles, Henne, they've even got Brandon Allen, who has a great first name. What do you think?
He does have an excellent first name.
Got a good ring to it.
And he does have a way of having teams respond to him. But let's face it, it's going to come down to Blake Bortles or Chad Henne, which is a bit of a surprise considering they kind of went all in on Blake Bortles picking up his 5th-year option. But if it's an open competition, Chad Henne could sneak in there and take it because he doesn't turn the ball over that much. But let's face it, wild card time, Brandon Allen might get his shot.
6th-round pick last year out of Arkansas. Bortles now to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Fresh set of downs here.
Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Watch right. Watch right. Let's go, D. Here we go. Green 90. Green 90.
On second down, here's Bortles. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Bortles to throw once more. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And that will wind up just short. He had it online. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've hit halftime here, and as we expected, looking at the clock, a very quick first half of play. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, let's roll those moving pictures. Now, 1st and 10, completion will be made here to a wide-open man, and he'll be tackled at their own 39-yard line. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Gott.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the...
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Now the Broncos heading back out onto the field. And they got to be feeling good about forcing that long missed field goal the last go around.
And you know what upsets a kicker more than anything? Is missing a kick they think they can make and feeling like the other side believes that they had something to do with it. And it doesn't matter to those guys on defense. I know they're taking full credit. Yep, we forced him into the miss, and they're going to ride that confidence the rest of the way. We'll see if the kicker's able to get his confidence back as well.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. And Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And he's got it to Hearns. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Bortles on the hook up to Hearns for the Jaguar first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To throw, it's Bortles. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. First and goal here from the 9. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Second and goal to go now. They'll give Fournette another crack and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Third and goal now, so some urgency here for the offense. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This for the lead in the final stages. And Myers able to knock it through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
And now this becomes a question of, can they make this stand up? The defense has been impeccable thus far, and now they need to go out and finish strong.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Here we go.
Back to throw. And this is incomplete. Back to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 35 yards. On second down, Anderson. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to potentially send us to overtime. And McManus able to put it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So this hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after another, but at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been a pretty doggone entertaining game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pitcher's duel in baseball, don't you think? The aficionados can appreciate a tightly fought game like this.
Yeah, but the fantasy players, not so much. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard, right near the 39. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Bortles to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. So some drama down to the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were open to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.